everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about staycations, and if you're new around here, hello, my name's Brogan and I do lots of lifestyle and travel content here on my channel, so please subscribe if you're not already. Granted, travel has been restricted for me over the last year, but we've still been able to enjoy staycations and we do have some plans for this year in 2021. So stay tuned to the end where I'll be talking about some of those trips and plans. But we're going to be going down memory lane today and talking about a few of my favourite staycations that I've done with my boyfriend Benji over the last 4 years. We've done everything from cities to countryside to the coastline, and we have really enjoyed being able to get away and escape home but have some amazing experiences that have been not too far from our doorstep. So staycations obviously have been a huge boom in the last year, and for this summer coming up, lots of people will be getting away and staying in the UK, in England. So this video is actually very kindly in partnership with Visit England, who want to encourage everyone to escape the everyday and embrace a staycation and what it has to offer. There's an array of amazing opportunities right on our doorsteps and things that we can do that feel like we've got away and had that escape. And I think we all need that right now. We all need to have things to look forward to, but be able to do it in a safe way. So they actually have the We're Good to Go guidelines, and that is the opportunity for businesses to declare that they are COVID safe and following the guidelines and keeping it clean and safe for their guests and customers. So make sure you go and check out more information about that in the description. That was actually something that came up when we booked our glamping trip last year, which I'm going to be sharing more with you about in this video. But the company actually had that logo across their website, and that really gave me that peace of mind to know that we were going and that they were keeping it as safe as possible for us. So check out all the information. But Escape the Everyday is literally thinking about ways that we can go away and enjoy little trips. Well, little, long, whatever, up to you. For me, it's about spending enjoyable quality time with Benji and also our little dog Bonnie. We rehomed her last year, and so having her in our life has really dictated the kind of trips that we'll be going on in the future. So this year we plan on doing some dog-friendly staycations, places that allow us to bring Bonnie with us so that we can all spend time away from home and doing things outside of this house and the 2 parks we have around the corner. Staycations are also a great way to support local tourism and businesses, especially businesses that have suffered over the last year. Small independent shops, restaurants, and you know, it's our homegrown tourism. We want to be able to boost that again, and I'm really excited about being able to go and visit some small towns and businesses and do all the things we loved before. Benji and I normally try and find like mini golf courses and model villages, and we do afternoon teas and spa days and all sorts of lovely fun things and experiences, and I can't wait to do all of that again. So I'm going to be sharing with you 4 different trips and flashing you back to how some of those went. And I have 1 countryside, 1 city and 2 coastal ones to share with you, and then I'm going to be talking a little bit about the trips that we have booked and planned for later this year. So let's get started with the first trip. So Benji and I live in Bournemouth, right at the bottom, pretty central of England, and we love living by the coast. We really do appreciate everything we have here on our doorstep, from the New Forest to Sandbanks Beach to our little town in Bournemouth. We have great things right here, but we do love a city break, and we love being able to go and explore a bigger city than what we have here. And one of my favourite trips that we did for our first anniversary was visit Bath. Now Bath is a really great city, and I've actually been here a few times since. We actually did a weekend away here, great staycation. We stayed in an Airbnb and we had the most amazing time. It was so wonderful. I think for us, the simple things are what make a trip. So being able to roam the little streets and pop into the little shops. But we also visited the Roman baths, which is probably the most iconic, like touristy thing that you can do there. It's so great. We actually paid to have the headset so we could listen to the history and learn more about the Roman baths. We also did the thermospa bath, which you can go to the top floor of this amazing spa. It's actually several levels, but there's like a really amazing outdoor pool that's like heated. We actually visited the spa at night and you could see all the city lit up, which was really beautiful. So that was really nice. And then one of my highlights was actually visiting Sally Lunn's Buns, which is the oldest house in Bath. 1483, and it's the home of the famous Sally Lunn bun, which is a semi-sweet bread, and it's also a tea room. So we obviously picked up some tea cakes and we got the cinnamon butter and we just enjoyed them back in our Airbnb, and it was wonderful. And the taste, oh, the taste and the smell of the cinnamon and the fresh bread, delicious. And we have Sally Lunn buns in bed. Great way to start the day, and it looks like it's going to be a really nice day as well. When I spent the day in Bath last year, I actually popped into the shop and picked up some buns so I could have a piece of that memory back at home for Benj and I. So really enjoyed that. We also just sort of walked around, enjoyed all the views, enjoyed looking at all the architecture, the houses. I cannot tell you how beautiful this is in person.
It's just picked up a bit in the weather as well, isn't
yeah.
it? It's a nice bit of sun on your back.
That is so nice. That is beautiful. Wow. So peaceful, isn't it? We were really lucky, the weather was lovely, and it was just a really nice trip. If you've not visited Bath before, it's somewhere that I will go back to again and again and don't think I could ever get bored. It was just such a great feel-good city break, you know, something that I have very fond memories of. So I had to say Bath as one of my favourite city breaks that we've ever done. Next up, we have our glamping trip, and if you haven't watched my vlogs and my full review video of this trip, then you must. We had the most amazing experience of going to the countryside. We visited Sturminster Newton, which is just north of Dorset, and we actually stayed in a little shepherd's hut that was so beautiful, completely secluded, like socially distant beyond belief, because we were the only two people, and Bonnie obviously, staying in this little hut that was, it's glamping essentially. Now Benji loves camping and he's grown up doing camping trips and he loves that style of holiday. I much prefer something a little bit more luxury because I like a bed and I like a proper toilet, okay? So when I found this little shepherd's hut online, I just knew that we had to go and spend a few days there, and it was the most peaceful, wonderful opportunity to breathe in that countryside fresh air, hear the sound of the birds or like the cows mooing in the distance, and it just felt like my lungs had like that really fresh air, you know, that feeling where you like take a deep breath in, and oh, it was the most wonderful experience. I also have such vivid memories of the smell of the campfire and the crackling noise, and we made s'mores. Is it really good? Oh, stop, I'm so jealous, I want one now. I think I've got it in my hair.
No, it's not in your hair, don't worry. Is that good?
And we made barbecue food, so we, you know, did sausages and bacon, and we had eggs, and it was just such a wholesome, lovely chance to enjoy each other's company. Even when it rained, it was lovely because we read a book and we played on our Nintendo Switches, and we just totally felt like we were off the grid is the only way to describe it. We did really lovely long dog walks. We did like a trailway that went on for hours. We walked for miles until we came across a random pub and had a lovely pub lunch, and Bonnie sat under the table at our feet, and it was just a lovely secluded camping style accommodation. And I would do it over and over again if I had the chance. So yeah, that was definitely up there as one of my favourite staycations ever. The next one was one we did in September 2019 from memory, and it was the Isle of Wight. Now, as I've said, we grew up in Bournemouth on the coast, and I used to visit the Isle of Wight regularly as a kid. We have a boat, so we used to take the boat over to the Isle of Wight and visit the pubs and walk around the little high street in Yarmouth, and I honestly have so many amazing memories of the Isle of Wight. Benj and I got the chance to go and stay in a tree house, which honestly was incredible. Again, that secluded feeling of being amongst the trees and the forest. You could only hear the sound of the birds and like the faint sound of the waves that weren't too far up the shore, the coastline. But we were just amongst like the squirrels. You could just hear the squirrels and the birds, and there was a little egg chair where I read a book, and we had a hot tub outside. So it was wonderful. Like, this accommodation again just felt so detached from the rest of the world. Listen, just hear the owl and the birds. Oh, lovely. And especially because we took a ferry, we drove there, it really felt like we'd got away even though it wasn't too far for us. So the Isle of Wight is an amazing place with so many things. I could talk to you all day about what we did, but here's a little summary and a brief overview. You can again go and watch the full vlog we did of this trip to the Isle of Wight. But we basically did things like pub lunches, the garlic farm. We went to charming little villages where we did mini golf. We went to a model village. There are areas of heritage and beautiful gardens and parks that you can walk, and there's coastline obviously, so you can do lovely long beach walks. We did brunch and pub lunches, like I said, and we had the most amazing garlic cheesy mushrooms. I remember so well at this pub, and it was one of the most beautiful dinners. Like the buzz of the people in the pub, you know, that pub vibe of just being amongst like everyone who's been on a lovely long walk, and it's like a Sunday afternoon, and the smell of all the different pub food. It was just so great. So the Isle of Wight was one of those trips that I wish I could do again over and over, and Benj and I talk about that trip so fondly because it was lovely. I'd love to take Bonnie back there because you could easily spend a week there and still not do everything. So I hope we get to go back to the Isle of Wight again soon because it was so great. And then my last favourite staycation, I had to add in another coastal one because being on the coast and being a beach and seaside kind of gal, I just love the sound of the waves. The smell of that fresh sea air is what brings me so much joy. Whenever I'm asked sort of like my favourite things and where you'll often find me, it's by the sea, by the beach. And one of my favourite little trips that Benji and I did very early on in our relationship, it was actually celebrating his birthday. We went down to Lyme, Regis, which is a really great town, and I would really encourage you to check out Lyme Regis. Everyone's just so friendly and wholesome. I can't quite explain the buzz of Lyme Regis, but very like family feel-good vibe. And we stayed in a little Airbnb again with a little hot tub. We do like these sort of experiences where we have the whole place to ourselves. We cooked our own pizzas and, you know, just sort of enjoyed that experience of being away from home but having all our home comfort. But Lyme Regis is great. We had our first dinner on the first night. We did a date night, which was one of the best meals that Benji and I have ever had. We had the fisherman's pie and it was dreamy. Other great things about Lyme Regis, obviously that smell of the sea, but the fish and chips, like the chips, you could eat your chips out of one of those cones with ketchup, loads of salt, and just walk along the coast and the harbour area, and you walk past little plaques and read about the history of the areas, and we just enjoyed this so much. Lovely little quaint town, lovely little shops that you can mooch in and even just do window shopping. Okay, this is not doing justice on camera. Wow, seagulls, but look how still and beautiful this is. Oh my god. Isn't it lovely?
We live in such an amazing place.
We do, don't we? I remember we went to an arcade and we did arcade games, which is always such a like British seaside classic thing for me. And again, just a lovely coastal sort of break. So Lyme Regis had to be up there as one of my favourites because it was just so wonderful. And again, we have a whole vlog from that little weekend if you want to check out that as well. So they were my favourites. We've done some amazing other trips. I could go on all day about them, but I thought I'd also round off this video to talk about a couple that we have booked for this year that I thought you might like to know about, because I think it's nice to talk about staycations and hear about what people are planning and how they're doing it safely, and you know what are people up to. So this is what we're doing, hopefully, fingers crossed. So the first trip we have booked, I actually can't remember which one's first, but they're both booked for later this year in the summer months. So the first trip we have booked is actually down in Arundel near Chichester. Arundel Castle, it looks incredible. So Arundel, we want to go visit, we want to go to Chichester, we want to look around that sort of area. We haven't really explored that side. We've both done Brighton and Portsmouth and gone that far along the coast past our house, but we haven't gone down that area, and there's some really lovely beaches down there. So we've booked a really gorgeous little Airbnb that has a hot tub that's dog friendly, and we like this idea. Even if we literally just drive there, spend most of our time either in the Airbnb or walking Bonnie on, you know, long dog walks and going and seeing what the castle looks like, that is basically the trip that we want. We want it to just be a lovely long weekend away, just to feel like we've escaped the everyday and just go and experience another little town and coastal little villages. And again, all the same things we do in all our staycations: explore the town, explore the shops, get some fish and chips. Arundel is probably the next staycation we'll do from memory. And then the second trip we've booked is actually down in Plymouth, which Benj and I have explored a lot of that sort of area. We've done a lot of Devon and Cornwall, both of us together and separately. But he's actually been working down in Plymouth over the last few months on a big project for work. So he has been experiencing a little bit of it, and he's been telling me all about the cruise ships that are out on the coast at the moment. You know, they're going past. Plymouth is a great city. It's got a gorgeous harbour, so hoping to eat lots of amazing seafood down there. And again, just explore and see what Plymouth has to offer. Don't really have a set schedule for this, so if any of you do have any recommendations, then let me know. But we found the most amazing Airbnb. I'm not kidding you. When you see this, it's the most Brogan and Benji thing you've ever seen, and it basically has its own private mini golf course. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna put some photos on screen so you can see, but it is insanely cool. Great little Airbnb that's dog friendly, which is another win, and has a little hot tub. It's got everything we could want, and we'll really feel like we've got away, and we get to bring Bonnie. So that will be so much fun. I'm looking forward to that one so much. Again, like I said, even if we spend most of the time playing mini golf and just being in the accommodation in the Airbnb, then I will be happy. So they are the two trips we have planned. Fingers crossed, if all goes well and, you know, we're safe to travel and visit those areas, then we would love to. And obviously, if anything else comes up, we're just going to play it by ear and see how it is. But I hope you've enjoyed hearing about my staycations, and I hope that you feel a little bit inspired to escape the everyday. Check out Visit England and all the descriptions for all the links and information that you might need. Their website's full of really great resources and inspiration as well. So if you do need to have a little look or want to feel more inspired, then go check them out. But thank you to them so much for sponsoring this video. It's been so lovely to be able to work with them as someone who loves travel so much and is so passionate about the industry, and is looking forward to being able to do all those fun things again. So fingers crossed for us all. But yeah, big love to all of you, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.